Oh, your knee is in front of the cat.
This big cave wall that's like an aircraft. And we did those like I never read that line. Like
I was in charge of it.
You're very lucky man.
I know, they just didn't.
Flag football is literally one of my favorites.
Do you play with skates or do you play with shoes on ice?
Calm down.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
We'll have a 15. 1, 2, 3, 10.
What did you do?
Oh God, that's the picture I don't have.
Oh my God, so then I boarded my knee.
I did. Like I took a picture of Kyle Vanilla and guess what? Your knee. And part of your leg. No, I'm just thinking of something. Scary.
Our guy, like, it doesn't feel like that. Like, I know it is, but like, when you stand there, it's
Labor Day weekend with us. This is so awesome, and big thank you to Karen up in the booth and the entire team. Blackouts and really dramatic entrances, so that was kind of fun just for us. Awesome. Also, if you're enjoying what you're seeing tonight, the Theater Project has a lot of awesome shows coming up. They've got some very talented students performing The Crucible. They also have a winter cabaret coming up and Pride and Prejudice, so you can be very cultural and watch that. Now, just with a little round of applause, how many people have seen live improv before? How many people have seen it little or not at all? Okay, good. That's a little bit of a mix, that's excellent. Short version is we're going to need your ideas and your suggestions in order to make tonight awesome. So just a real quick warm-up, call and response. When I shout wah, I want you to shout wah right back. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Wah! 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 Excellent! Now, the next thing we're going to do is wah! Wah! There you go! Okay, now we are one. You guys are awesome. All right, so first game is called The Reverend. We're going to send Chris Fouts out to the semi-soundproof booth. Bye-bye. Oh, Eric's got it. Excellent. So, Chris Fights is going to be a reverend, and he is going to be preaching a sermon to us. But Chris, as so often is the case, does not know what he is talking about, literally. So we're going to get this topic of the sermon right now. Can we get an adjective, please?
sex.
Adjective. It's okay, I like the enthusiasm. Don't be shy, just shout out a bunch of ideas.
Meaty.
Right.
Sexy.
Shiny.
Thank you.
Atheistic.
Atheistic. We like a challenge. We do indeed like a challenge. Can we get a verb, please?
Bobsled.
Bobsled?
It is a verb. To bobsled.
A verb.
Any other verb besides bobsledding?
Fondling.
What?
Fondling.
Punt.
Running.
I like bobsledding.
How about sleighing?
Okay. And finally, can we get a noun, please?
Shoelace.
Bedbugs.
Socialite.
Griffin.
Bill Cosby.
All right. Okay. So now Chris Fights is going to come in. He's going to start preaching a sermon. And he is going to have to guess that he is talking about
An atheistic bobsledding socialite.
Okay. Now, we are the choir, so we will be down about over here's, and we will be doing motions and sounds, but we cannot actually speak to directly hint to him what his words are. You guys have the most important job, because you are the congregation. Anytime Chris Fights says a word correctly, we need you to shout, "Hallelujah." By the time we get to socialite, we're all going to want to shout. All right, so let's practice on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah! All right.
Hallelujah, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight to the theater project. I've never preached a sermon here before, but I'm going to preach one for you tonight. Now, being a good Catholic priest that I am not, we are going to just talk about... gonna excommunicate somebody. Kick them right out. Let's just get right in there and just talk about who's not allowed. Alright? Because 3 strikes and you're out, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? It's a good policy to have in politics. It's a good policy to have in the church. I don't see why we can't just say 3 strikes and you're out, you know? So we're going to dig a hole and we're going to get down inside of it, you know? Because we are not building that mosque. Right? September 11th, just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We're not going to build any kind of church structure out there. Structure like a church, like a cathedral, like where you want to go and be. All right? Because people can't just pray. They can't just sit in the woods and pray. They got to go to a building. You know, you can't just be out there in nature. What y'all looking at me for? Come on! So maybe you're going to be under the stars, all right? Or maybe you're singing the alphabet song. Or maybe it's Ba Ba Black Sheep. You know all those 3 songs are the same tune? That's right. Because we're just going to stop it. You know? Right there. We're going to karate chop it. Just go to the lower. Karate chopping. That's right. Get down on your knees and pray every night and read your books like a good little Jew. All right? No Jews, no Muslims, no Catholics. All right? No Protestants, no Methodists, no Lutherans, no Baptists, no Brethren, no Mennonites, no Amish. I'm not forgetting no Presbyterians, no Church of the Nazarene, no Jesus, no Judaism, no Buddha, no Hindus, no monks, no Trappists, no Taoists, no Satanists. I'm running out. There are those who go to the altar of the fawn. And he says, hey. sometimes the Fonz, his jukebox wouldn't work. And so we'd go over and he'd just hit it, right? And it would make music come out. It would just grow out of the ground. And you're going to chop that down. The tree. A tree. Not the tree. But a tree.
Oh!
Right? Like an atheist. Chop that tree of atheism down tonight. That's what we're here for, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, I saw this movie called The Human Centipede. I wouldn't recommend going to see. You might want to go see a movie about a bobsled. That was kind of freaky. Remember guys sewing kids together? It was weird. They had to eat. I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, we're talking about atheist bobsled teams now. It is cold. It is cold. We are hot. We are snobs. Some of us are a little snooty in our religious beliefs. So we want to go around feeling like we're better than everybody else with our brandy and our whatnot. So I just want to get on with what I'm saying, because we are struggling blind. Oh, but we see the light. Hallelujah, so light. All right? Like high society, ladies and gentlemen, like socialites. If we can move along beyond our atheist bobsledding socialites. Right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for our next game, I'm going to need a whole bunch of different genres. Different types of movies, different types of books, just genres. Anything.
Science fiction.
Sci-fi.
Film noir. Documentary.
Creature feature.
Romantic comedy.
What was that up there?
Comedy.
Comedy.
Anime.
Romantic comedy.
Documentary.
Anime.
Film noir.
Documentary. A couple times.
Satire.
Drama.
Documentary.
I got a documentary. You can't say
Western.
Kung Fu. Hanna-Barbera. All right. I think that will suffice. So, what we're going to do now is, do you want to take over?
Yeah. You'll see how this comes into play in a second. But to start off with, can I please have a profession?
Nurse.
Nurse.
A human
Football player.
Milkman.
Census taker.
A plumber.
Okay, I think I'll go with census taker. Can we get an action for Jen to be performing?
Dying.
Ditch digger. Swimming.
Ditch digger? Okay, great. Okay. Ma'am, I'm very sorry to be bothering you at your job, but you've been avoiding me at your place of residence, 255 Congress Street, and the census is actually way overdue, but I am not giving up.
Not?
No.
Great!
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see you.
Yes.
Census Bureau man. I'm a household of one. I'm a ditch digger.
That's excellent.
Yes.
Llewellyn, is this shirt giving you a hard time?
Yeah, he sure is.
Listen, you little pencil-neck freak. I don't know what business you got, but we gotta be digging a ditch. We ain't got time to answer your questions from the man.
Are you Timothy Spaulding at 111 Congress Street?
I will kill you! I will kill you if you tell anyone where I am! You understand me? I will kill you!
Sir?
I will sharpen your neck like a pencil!
Do it! Do it!
I won't tell anyone because your information is strictly confidential between you and the U.S. government that knows about it.
Well, the government,
Yeah.
they owe me some money.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Well, if they knew more about you, maybe you could get your bill.
I was drunk driving on the interstate. I hit one of them medians. It shouldn't have been there. They owe me some money. That was their day to road.
And your number of dependents would be?
Everybody's depending on me, baby.
Yeah, that paycheck, if you know what I mean.
I think I may. Well,
Meet you at the break. You know what I mean.
I'll be on the other end of the ditch.
All right.
thank you very much. You're my last two people, and I'll be moseying along.
Great to see ya.
You too.
All right, let's see that again. But I want to see that again as a horror or creature feature.
Excuse me, oh Botanic one. Yes, but Dr. Strangeborg claimed that you were one of his dependents. Yes, and so I felt it necessary to take this census and travel down this long, dirt-lined path filled with howling wolves and cheaply generated smog.
Census Bureau man looks good enough to eat.
Oh, dear me. So, after your job position as a henchback henchman? Okay.
Listen here, you. Luella, who is this geek with the pencil neck I break and turn into soup?
Tasty Snack. That's his name.
Soup. Listen, Mr. Tasty Snack. We have an important business to do.
Oh,
Digging the ditch to hell!
You're gonna need a permit for that.
I will kill you. Then I will take your body parts and sew them back together with some other body parts, and I will reanimate you to a thing of horror to unleash immoral destruction on the world. Then I'll sharpen your neck like a pencil.
Okay, that may require 2 permits.
Permits. They owe me permits. Permits for genius. They never pay me for my creations.
No. Well, I'll see what I can do to get on that. I've got all of your information, and from your accent, you sound like you're not exactly a resident of the U.S. So, I'll just be going along then. Nothing to see here.
Goodbye, Tasty Snack.
Get back to her digging ditch. To hell!
One time, science fiction.
Let me see here. I'm going to dig a ditch. Approximately 15 feet by 3 feet by, it's about 2.2 feet deep.
Excuse me, humanoid.
Yes.
I am the Census Bot 2000. You have not completed your census. Of course, the Earth was destroyed in an apocalyptic fire, but I must complete my mission.
You are so smart, Cybertron, Census, whatever you are. I'm digging a ditch, you see. I'm very busy and I'm very important. But I can answer your questions quickly.
Yes,
So, please do hurry.
as you are one of the last 10 humanoids left alive, this is very important.
Luella, you're talking to another robot.
Yes. Well, he was asking questions. He looks very smart.
He's
As
trying
robots
to
do.
poison your mind with his robot virus.
Oh, you're afraid I'm seeing another robot?
Well, you haven't been checking my dipstick for oil as often as you should. When my parts get rusty, I don't function quite as well.
Well, sometimes in the lab, I'm just working a lot, and I'm tired.
The Sensa Spot is programmed with an all-function massage guaranteed to reduce and refresh your attention.
I will kill you with my laser beam eyeballs!
If I was capable of emotion, I would be terrified.
Your mother was a pencil sharpener!
Strangely accurate.
I loved you. I'll meet you in the lab in 45 minutes.
I'll get the dipstick ready. For this next game, we're going to need some help from you. We really don't do anything on our own. We need help. We're a codependent improv troupe, so without you, just shout out some suggestions, some topics. I just need topics, random topics. I'll tell you what we're going to do with them in a second.
Politics.
Yep.
Espionage.
Husbandry.
Crocodile wrestling.
Canning tomatoes. Hurricanes.
Chivalry.
Any others?
Housework.
Women's rugby.
You Okay. Because this is a theater, and it's a really nice theater at that, we have some special guests in our audience today. Today, the Escapists did an improv comedy workshop with some students who are going to be freshmen at Colby College. Actually, they are freshmen at Colby College. The checks have cleared. We got word you guys were. So they're in the audience tonight to see our show. And since Colby College is an institution of higher learning, we want to do something cultural, so we're going to do a little game called Poetry Corner. There's some literature majors up there. I'm sure they're going to really appreciate the poems that we're going to create on some of the suggestions you have just given us. So the first poem that I would like to create, Escapists, is a poem about espionage.
Baby, you stole my heart like a thief in the night, and then you went away. Oh, I tried to track you down. I took my GPS, I took my GPG, I took the CIA, the FBI, but they were just a bunch of letters strung together. I needed you, baby. I needed your heart, your warmth, but you were off, someplace exotic, someplace warmer, someplace better. All I could do was sit at home, alone, and think of the spy who loved me.
There was a man from the CIA who strangely had nothing to say. He sat in his corner and drank soda water and watched while the other folks played.
When I was a boy, I had a book, said I spy, with my little eye. Pictures of a duck, pictures of a field. I found a wagon wheel. It taught me to look all around my world with my little eye at things to inspire me. One night, parents asleep in their bed, I thought, to the doorknob I creep, and with my little eye through keyhole I see Daddy on top of Mommy, and that's how they made me. Next next poem. This next poem is a poem about canning tomatoes.
Yo, I slice them up really thin, then I put them in the jar so that they can swim in the oil and get their flavors all juicy, yummy, savor. For the winter. I'm so psyched. I can't wait to eat them out of the jar. Pop it open. It gets you real far. A week or two with your chips. I'm so psyched.
I'm waiting for the communist shakedown, for the socialism schism. I can my tomatoes oh so carefully so I don't get botulism.
In my garden, grow tomatoes. Red tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, purple tomatoes, green tomatoes, as big as small. The universe sends my tomatoes stories. That tell me when I open them in the winter, stories of the summer that will come with the next generation of my garden.
Last poem, crocodile wrestling.
Traveling down amongst the keys, there was just that big green beast in me. I looked him in the eye, and he stared at me. A challenge was between us, you see, and only one would walk away that day. But who it would be, neither could say. But I only knew that if he could, he would bite my leg off and think it good. So why was I here? And what was I doing? I couldn't say, but it had to be done.
Oh, crocodile, thou art a most fearsome foe, with thy large eyes and thy great teeth that go snap, snap, snap. Thou art a most foul beast, with long scales, long claws, and thou dwellest in the most foulest swamps in all of Christendom. But, O crocodile, I shall overcome my fears, and I shall make thy cry crocodile tears.
Steve Irwin was a man of his day. He'd wrestle any croc that came his way. And he went for a swim. And what got him was not the teeth of a croc, but a ray. All right, Eric and Jen, if you two would come and stand here somewhere on the stage. I need 2 volunteers from right up here. Yes, you and you. Come on down. Do you guys do this in order? Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Hi.
Kyle, how you doing?
Great.
I was at the workshop today. Hi. Brian. Yeah, okay, welcome. Here, you come over here, Eric, and you stand right behind Jen. Right behind. We're going to play a game called Moving Bodies, and the way this game works is that Eric and Jen are going to do a scene, and you two will be the ones moving them. They're like giant puppets. All right? Now they can't move unless you move them. Right? They're not supposed to move unless you move them. All right? So how this works is if you want Eric to raise his hand, you just gently push it up. All right? And it will stay wherever you put it. You can do whatever you want with his fingers. Okay? You can make him do whatever you want. Okay. If you want them to take a little step forward, you just gently tap on the back of their heel and they will step forward. Sometimes robot isn't working. All right, there you go. If you want to step back, just step back. Otherwise, that's the basics of moving. A couple things to remember is that they are human beings, as far as we know, and human bodies only move in certain ways. Okay, and also be very careful with the head and neck region. All right. Could I get a location, please, that would fit somewhere on this stage?
Monster truck rally.
A monster, a very small monster truck rally.
Elevator.
Hairdresser.
I believe that you are playing putt-putt golf. So what I'd like you two to do is just put them in some sort of position to start. All right? Any way you want. You're going to have to kind of raise it up. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Don't be shy, Brian.
Yeah. All right, begin.
Really, you're going to try to manipulate the windmill again. I think that I won't notice.
Oh yeah. I win every time, and you're just so bitter about it.
Bitter? I'm not bitter. I would be bitter if you were winning honestly.
I can see.
You know what? You know what? A little bit off balance.
Drunk as a skunk.
Okay. Well, if you weren't stressing me out with your cheating all the time, then I wouldn't need to have a few martinis before I
just want to touch you. You're just tempting me to smack you on the head, talking about that cheating talk.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Oh.
Oh. Don't make me call the golf course security.
I will do it this time. They're going to come in their little cart. They're going to come after you.
They're watching us right now, you know.
Camera?
On that camera up there. Right up there, that one.
That one! Oh, well, don't look so drunk.
I can't believe we have to go through this every time we want to play a little putt-putt golf.
I'm ready for my glamour show.
Oh, you don't have to worry. They have a whole file on you after the last time.
Oh, our naked golfing experience, you mean? That was so fun.
What you did with those clubs has scarred me for life.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to look at a miniature bridge the same way again.
Well, neither will I. For good reasons.
And neither will the golf course custodian.
Ah, good times.
No, you don't get.
Thinking about it makes me want to stretch out.
I never could stay mad at you when you're doing your stretching exercise.
Let me involve you.
Take my hand.
Okay.
Take my hand.
Okay.
Take my hand. And we'll go off together and go through the windmill.
All right, this is one of my personal favorite games. It is called First Date. what we need is either a single person or a couple to come down and tell us a little bit about the date that they've been on, and then we, the Escapists, will attempt to reenact the date for them. Now, I hasten to add, now we've been good to you so far, so you can trust us here. This is not about making the fun of the people on the date, it's about making fun of us. We will be the ones that suffer most entertainment. So, is there anyone who would like to come down? Couples or individuals? Anybody? Okay, all right. Come on down.
Papa Coop! Papa Coop! Papa Coop! Who's everybody?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Papa Coop! Papa Coop!
So, you'll need those in a second. Now, which one of the Escapists would you like to play you? And which Escapist would you like to play your date?
Ed Jen.
Now, where did this date take place?
Ride Playland. So it's like a mini amusement park.
Mini amusement park, Ride Playland. Right. It has one fan. That's awesome. What will happen is the Escapists will just start to act out the date, and then anytime they get something right, go ahead and ring the bell. Just give it a little.
Ring that bell.
These two bells. And anytime they get something wrong, go ahead and honk the horn. Excellent. Does that sound good? Okay, great. And we will just go and see how far we get on the day.
I'm gonna get enough skee-ball tickets to win you that stuffed animal. I'm never gonna get enough skee-ball tickets to win you that stuffed animal.
But you look so handsome and rugged with your biceps when you throw the skee ball. And your picture, I thought you were going to be more masculine and rugged, but you know, that's okay. You really wore that shirt.
Yes, I find it goes well with this tie. Yeah, you know, I like the one that's got some air conditioning in it. Can really I'm all about comfort. That's really the most important thing.
Well, you promised me you were going to show me a great time, and well, I promised you I was going to show you a great time. Let's work together to have a great time. Do you want to go on a ride?
Ooh, very much so. How about, let's go into Tilt-A-Whirl next. I always get a little bit sick when I go into Tilt-A-Whirl.
Yeah, I understand. All that spinning after the vodka martinis would make me sick too.
You could go on the Ferris wheel. I know it's kind of small and, you know, kind of rinky-dink, but I've never seen a Ferris wheel that big.
Wow. Hey, what do you think will happen if it gets stuck at the top?
I wouldn't worry about that. Do they get stuck in the top a lot? I really don't like heights.
Well, if it gets stuck at the top, you can just hold me tight and I'll be strong for you. If it gets stuck at the top, we're screwed.
Well, we said Ferris wheel. We're gonna go on that gosh darn Ferris wheel. Let's go forth. We'll conquer our fears, and this will be a growing experience for both of us.
It'll be a growing experience for me. My therapist says that I should confront the things I'm afraid of. My therapist also says I shouldn't make out on first dates. My therapist. Let's stick with the fear of heights for right now. For this next game, we're going to need probably 6 volunteers, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe John was here earlier today.
Maybe. Yep. Yep. Come on down. Come on down. And
Come on.
yep. There we go. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. He's not going to Colby, just so you guys know. We don't know. So just spread yourselves out, please, you guys. Spread yourselves out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Come on then.
So in this game, Eric and I are going to be playing a scene. Unfortunately, because we're codependent entertainment, we're going to need not your help, but their help. So anytime that Eric and I get stuck for a word, we're going to touch one of these pillars. These are like, this is for you history majors. So these are pillars, kind of like the Doric or the Corinthian or the Ionic, the ironic, the moronic. These are pillars, so they're just pillars. They just stand there. And anytime we need a word, we just touch one, and they will provide a word for us. And with that word, we will continue our scene. So for example, if I were to say, oh, after the show, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of coffee before the show, and every time I drink a lot of coffee, it makes me seashells. Seashells everywhere. So that's how the game works. Now, could we have a location for the scene to take place? A location that would fit on the stage? It doesn't have to be a location with pillars because we already have those.
A sandbox.
A sandbox? Yell out some suggestions.
Walmart.
Walmart, sandbox, cruise ship,
Drilling platform.
drilling platform, bus.
The White House.
I think I actually want to play in the sandbox.
What you making?
I'm digging a hole.
Oh, cool. Are you going to dig it all the way down to...
Yeah. All the way down to there. All the way down to...
The dinosaurs.
All the way down to the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen a dinosaur since last
Toenail.
toenail. The toenail that we were digging in here. You remember? The dinosaur toenail that we found?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a coincidence that Farmer Smith lost a pig hoof around the same time. But I think that was just a coincidence. I'm convinced that that was a dinosaur toenail.
They don't want us to like get all excited about things.
No.
They keep saying, when you get excited about things, you jump around a lot and break stuff. And I think that's totally not true.
Right.
I haven't broken anything since the last time I
Went to the beach.
went to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just all that sand.
Yeah.
I don't break stuff unless there's... I hardly ever break stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, so do you want to help me dig a hole to the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another shovel over there by the bathroom. I
don't know if you want to use that shovel. I saw someone else using it to
Kill themselves.
So the shovel of slaughter should be on this. They haven't cleaned it.
Okay, if I'm not going to use the shovel of slaughter, then I'll use the shovel of
my turtle.
The shovel of my turtle.
Oh yeah, I love how you know, rest in peace. But then you took the shell out, it was gone, and the duct tape and then the chair fragment attached to it to make like a shovel.
Exactly, yeah.
That's great. So, I'm a little sore because yesterday I went out and I got really exercised by doing
a belt buckle.
Yeah, no, I was pulling really hard to get my belt buckle, and I think I pulled my
leg.
I think I pulled my leg. Well, I was accidentally hooked into the belt buckle.
You know, my daddy was looking out the window yesterday, and he said, "Hey, there's some kid out there with a belt buckle hooked around his leg, and it looks like he's about to
Go in the woods.
go in the woods." That was you?
Yeah.
Oh,
But the
man.
funny thing is, I was going to go in the woods, but since I was only hopping on one leg, I didn't make it as far as the woods, and I ended up going in my
Car?
going in my car.
Wow.
My dad has to clean the seats now.
That's even worse than me getting excited and breaking stuff.
Yeah, I broke something, all right.
Hey,
What is that?
Hey, I think I found a dinosaur
Knee.
knee. Hey, I found a dinosaur knee.
Well, look at it. It's
A bra.
a bra.
That's even rarer than a dinosaur.
You can tell it's ancient because it's really big and it's beige. There's no underwire in that.
It looks like a great big chicken bone.
Oh yeah, the old bras, they used to put bones in them. Bones from chickens and bones from and bones from chiller.
Chiller bones?
Chiller bones. Yeah.
That's grosser than the grossest
Wookie.
Wookie.
And it's almost as hairy. I wonder what kind of beast was wearing that bra. I bet it was a
Taste bud.
taste bud.
Taste bud?
Well, you know, I like tater tots and other things that have that kind of textural thing in my mouth, so I'm kind of watering a little.
Well, if you're hungry, we could go down to the horse station and get something to eat.
Oh,
The man there always gives us
Platypus.
platypus.
yeah.
I love platypus.
Fried and pickled and
Cooked.
cooked platypus.
If I can have the bill, you can have the tail.
Hey, how come I always get the bill? Is it because I have a bigger allowance? You said you were going to pay this time because last week I did that thing for you. I did that tooth for you. I saved you a lot of money on your dentist.
Well, yeah, but if you hadn't done the tooth, then it would have just belly button.
Yeah. If it had belly buttons, you know, people would call you a horn. Call you a horn face. Because you have a belly button in your mouth, which is like a horn in reverse.
I hate it when people call me horn face. Makes me want to
Smash wood.
smash wood.
Oh no, you're gonna go off the deep end of your face. Oh, look at that, you just broke the
Here.
mirror. I was using that to angle the sun to, you know, burn away the igneous rock.
I didn't break anything. I never break things. I'm a good boy. I always urinate. I'm supposed to.
Are you making fun of me because of the car thing? My leg was in my belt buckle. How was I supposed? I was handicapped.
All right.
It was an accident.
I won't mention the car thing if you don't mention the horn face. Deal?
Will you give me your prized
Mustache.
mustache collection?
Okay, but only if you trade me for your tampon.
Okay. Tom Selleck's mustache for Betty Davis's tampon.
Okay, so guys, we've got one more awesome game for you, and then we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. During that time, if you want to catch up on what else the Escapists are doing, we've got shows down in Boston. We've got a monthly show down at the North Star Cafe. There's a sign-up sheet out in the lobby. We're also on Facebook. But most importantly, when we come back from intermission, you're going to get to see improv from the Paper Dolls. They do a totally different improv than we do. It's very awesome. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do. Now, for our last game.
Paper Dolls!
Okay, this is the emotional symphony game. So if I could get 4 people who have played the emotional symphony game, I know they're awesome at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pair up with an escapist and Chris fights.
Don't pair up with me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. While my emoticons are assembling on the stage behind you, or behind me, I'd like to talk about culture. I've had a little bit of culture before with our poetry, a little bit more with our symphony. So what I need to get from you, audience, are some emotions. Right? So if I could have an emotion.
Euphoric.
Glee.
Flabbergasted. Devastated.
Euphoric. May I have another emotion?
Regrets.
Giddy.
Love.
Sorrow.
Excited.
Constipated.
Constipation is emotional, but not an emotion. But going along those lines, we're going with disgusted.
Exuberant.
Another emotion.
Anxious.
Anxious.
Giddy.
Scared.
Anxious.
Surprise.
Hysterical. Not to be confused with euphoric. Euphoric you get from ice cream. And Jerry's joke, anyway. All right. One more emotion.
Anguish.
Confounded.
Distraught.
Proud.
Distraught.
Horrified.
Terrified. Terrified. Warm up. Warm up. Warm up.
No. Oh, Jesus.
Emotional. Be constipated.
trying so hard not to laugh every time you said
Scare show.
And just rub your face here, Jeremy.